Here, we do what others don't.
Dream what others won't, driven to leap forward, determined to always give back.
Here, we work where giants have played, where the connection of work and ethic is made.
A diverse community possessed with a passion
To know and grow and go and show the world we are prepared to change it. Here, we ask what must be done, for in doing we learn and earn success.
and you can get there from here.
DePaul University. Here, we do.
We're different here. We don't just get up for another day. We rise. We don't just work. We endeavor. We're women and men for and with others. We have hope, we believe, and we celebrate. Why are we different?
So we can be the difference.
When we last left off, DePaul University was destroying every single piece of competition. They will play their last game on stream for today, right now, up against Marquette, who's their closest challenger. My name is Wes Rambo, joined by Worst, and we are here at the EGF Power Series to go through the group stage here for prelim number 2. And Worst, is there any chance that Marquette finally unseats the champions here of DePaul?
No. In my opinion, no. DePaul, a little bit too good, a little bit too cracked out of a gaming squad they have over there. So I think it is not really on the cards. It's not really going to happen, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But you never know. You never know.
So, and it's been hard even to get an idea of kind of where you want to hit for DePaul, how you want to expose their weaknesses, because we've scarcely even seen any. They're just so dominant. It looks like they're in a different league than anybody else. But Marquette is the closest to them in winning in terms of their record. They're 3-1, while DePaul is 5-0. Marquette a couple more to play off stream yet. We're gonna go to split here, and looks like we had the Breeze and Icebox ban there for Marquette. So. You know, after seeing DePaul go 13-0 on Icebox, you definitely don't want to be headed over there. Of course, we do have Split heading into this one, and Split is another one that's, you know, been around since we started, and there are a lot of ideas about this one. Right now, DePaul hovering all those neons, baby. They might be going for fun. I think they probably share your confidence that they will not be taken down here.
Yeah. And 5 Neons looks like to be the player from DePaul. No, going to be the Breach instead. And it's interesting to see what's going to come out here. I think we moved away from Viper on Split, but Marquette seems to not have. But there's kind of been a shift away from it. Just kind of solo controller Omen is really being popular right now on this map. KO obviously extremely popular. We have seen actually, interestingly enough, double initiator in terms of Sky and KO. It has been a thing on this map. So
yep.
So far the composition is looking pretty solid. Typically it's going to be a Raze in that position for Dog. There it is, not the Neon. Typically going to be that Raze, and then it's kind of like, oh, what do we go? Do we have Sage?
And we've seen them on Split, remember, already today. Karatify did go Viper on Split earlier on today, up against Sienna, where Marquette ended up winning 13-7. So Karatify likely to lock this in, and indeed, yeah, so that's the triple flash again here for Marquette. The Omen, the Sky, the KO, and yeah, double initiator. So they are starting on the attacking side, and this is a very aggressive composition here, Worst. And so that's going to be what Marquette have to focus around. They need these rounds on attack because they are so explosive with this composition. If they head over the defense with not having a lot of rounds, they might be in trouble.
I think normally I would rather see the Chamber than the Viper in that position. I think you just solo controller with the Omen and then go for the Chamber. But Marquette opting in for this instead. Both the Omen and the Viper playing Omen more for themselves, and the Viper is going to be the heavy lifting of the main smokes in terms of locking down one site or one angle, or even if it's just mid they want to lock down. That becomes the idea. So for Marquette on attack, I think it's going to be a lot, like you said, really explosive in terms of the amount of flashes they can go through. I think A hits are very easy. You clear a lot of A heaven with just one paranoia. And then obviously you have plenty of flashes to go out on site itself and try to get yourself in that position. And with nobody really showing up A outside of this Brimstone, who does have the molly, but really gonna have a hard time locking this down by themselves, especially with the Rays trying to scale off that utility potentially.
This large group of defenders here for DePaul over in the mid area. That's going to be spotted out by Nisei here, who goes in hard and fast. Devo, though, gets the trade there. These two teams are, yeah, there's just so much action right now around mid, but nobody's in B heaven. So DePaul cannot punish this mid push that effectively. And indeed, you do see the Omen actually flanking around instead of going through, but the spike is way over towards A. So question is, where will Marquette choose to go in the end? Jelly is ready for that, and Karatify gets a little too far forward. 4 versus 3 now for DePaul. In favor of DePaul as Marquette decides where to go. They're going to head on to B, where now Rays has come up to reinforce this position here.
Paranoia is massive.
Paranoia, yeah, gets so much value there, and Jelly gets the kill off of it. Jelly's got more. It ends up being a 4-0 result in the end in favor of DePaul. I like the idea from Marquette. They had a nice mid push, and maybe we're able to expose something, but it's just the flank, the lurk from Jelly that gets it done.
Yeah, and this is the defender side of the map. When we saw Split yesterday, we talked about it a lot. It's heavily defensive sided.
Yeah.
And it really does come down to a good team to make attack work on this map. It's not a very easy to attack map. It takes a lot. So attack can often flounder, but DePaul is one of those teams that you have to respect their attack side because it's also extremely strong. And the defense side is actually going to be elite. So really, this map seems like something that for DePaul that is super good into a lot of teams because not many teams are able to attack it well.
Super fast hit towards A here. Sago is the only player on A, but getting lots of value out of that SMG right there. And Ghosty's going to go in with the satchel, and we'll get in a little bit of style here. Patron has pushed up through mid, but comes to find a site littered with the bodies of his teammates. A flawless round for the anti-eco for DePaul.
Yeah, and anti-eco is good. Let's see if they can win this bonus. That's going to be the most important part for them here. If they can continue on this dominant side. I mean, if they have the strong defensive side, you know, another 13-0 maybe in the books. I don't know. It's going to be crazy stuff coming out here from DePaul. They've been so strong. They've been so consistently good this entire group stage. Played a lot of Valorant today and yesterday, and still going strong. So it's been very interesting to see if anyone can even challenge DePaul. Marquette has been the closest before, but looks like that's not going to. Maybe won't last. But DePaul is on a bonus, and Marquette has every advantage in this round.
Yeah, just keep an eye on this Marquette composition because it's so clearly designed for attack.
Yeah.
And right now they're on the rifles here. Gratify tries to go around, but Sago gets the better of him, even with the worst weapon. So they get the position over there, up towards A, and they catch the lurker. Marquette have to react to this.
Can't use that. No.
And it's not much that they can do, although Patron does get Jelly through the wall. He just kept firing, kept being relentless towards that spot. But the inferior weaponry on the bonus, could this be the first bonus round we see that is actually won, besides the last map, of course, the 13-0. Clearly there was some sort of bonus round one there that we skipped past, but a 2 versus 2 remains. Marquette definitely has an HP disadvantage here. Not anymore as the heal comes in. Now it's all things about equal. They're headed back towards A. The footsteps will be heard, but they're actually going towards B. My mistake.
B seems to be the ending position. And Bulldog for Sago is going to be massive here.
Sago coming out here. Yeah, they don't know, but Blades gets it anyway! So good from Blades, but the Aftershock gets the kill on Patron. The spike did just go down, and Blades with a great little clutch play there. Marquette do win against the bonus. And that is such a good 2v2.
Yep. And now I love to see it there for Marquette to not get bonus right there because we could see a snowball into a very rough half for them. But now, going to be a reset here. Going to be a full buy for both sides, but not so much for Marquette. They still have that Spectre, still have that Bulldog. And if Sago was a little bit more, a little bit faster on the flank a little bit, if they come out of the smoke just a little bit earlier, they catch out Jelly. And then that just could have been the game. No, they could not catch out Jelly. They could have catch out Blades. And then that could have just been the game over. The round over right there. So, very close one. And I don't know where you're going, dog. Oh, my.
Marquette on weaker weapons kind of have their own bonus going on. Steve-O actually does trade. The null command is there. So, Sago does get a kill, but kind of has to back off. Or does he reface in the end? There's so many players. But Sago gets the better of Karatify. Ends up getting taken out. And the res comes through. This paint shells. Oh, Patron just gets out of the range. I thought he was going down, but in any case, he will eventually likely go down to a 1 versus 3 situation here. So trapped right now. 61 HP remains. And the null command was a nice idea to use, but they just could not unseat the Brimstone in time. Very, very nice defense there. Pardon me, the Brimstone player of DePaul.
Yep, and now, again, DePaul back on the usual ways, going to be securing the round there. Really good stuff early on to shut them down in that A main. But can they get a repeat here when they're going B? It's only one so far towards that position. It's just Jelly trying to hold this down. Yes, you have Paranoia to kind of clear out Garage or really stall a Garage push, but still, solo Omen defending the side. Obviously, Sage can get over there, but they're playing in Vent, right? So, I mean, it doesn't matter, but like, they're playing in Vent, so it's harder for them to rotate out, but not when they just headshot the person through the smoke.
Yeah, DePaul is playing multiple players in mid, and often it's 2 in Vent and 1 in B Heaven. So, so difficult. A lot of the time on attack for Split, teams go for a lot of mid control. DePaul is completely denying that. They're not playing passive at all. In this case, they're just against the pistols, and so Marquette's going to have a tough problem no matter where they're playing, but keep an eye on this mid defense, right? For DePaul, they are continually pressuring that what's clearly a very aggressive plan coming from Marquette based on their agent select.
Yep, and now, if this comp doesn't find ways to, like, obviously DePaul's is a little bit more defensive sided, and then Marquette's a little bit more, I don't even know if Marquette's is, like, entirely just offensive sided. Obviously, you can make a lot of plays on defense, but it doesn't have, like, the Sage Wall, for example, or, like, a chamber setup on defense that can really help you out, so it is a little bit more that attack sided kind of composition. So it is a little rough for them to be struggling this hard on attack, right? It's not often that we talk about, like, defensive or attack sided on compositions, because usually they aren't that skewed, but in this situation the difference between them is very apparent. You know, one is more defensive sided and they're winning out on the defensive side, while one is more attacker sided and is not finding the effect they would have won.
Yeah, these 3 flashes just not getting them the space that they need so far from Marquette. They're back on guns now, though, 4-1. Already Marquette have eclipsed Sienna in terms of the scoreline they're getting on stream against DePaul. And a default again. It's the same idea with Viper over at A, trying to cover. Ratify has gone down in that position a couple times. This time Dog tries to push up towards mid and just gets outgunned by Ghosty.
Yep, outgunned. 5v4. And a little bit of a tough time here. Seeker's looking to come out towards A. They're going to realize that it's not defended on site. Once that comes out, they're going to try to walk through, realize they don't have to kind of worry about the site at all. Then should be seeing that no Seeker's going site. They should be able to walk right on in.
That fault line bought so much time. Yeah, but the Viper's pit will be on site. So Marquette have a good chance here. Will the spike be planted? Yes. No, it won't be. The orbital strike denies the plant. So now Croatify has to go, and it's also going to be the Rolling Thunder used. So much expended here from DePaul, but it's working out so well. As Blades is the only player remaining, and where even are you right now? Blades has to get out of there. Can't defend the planted spike. As a matter of fact, it was the time that ran out there, and defenders won on time, so, man, crazy round. And yeah, DePaul, I mean, it's kind of almost a good sign that Marquette got that much utility out of them, but they still win the round, and Marquette are still in the doldrums when it comes to economy.
Yeah, still in, I mean, look at it. It's just, it's the same story again, where, like, they have such an economic advantage, and now we're seeing the Force, they're going to have enough money for next round, I believe. But a lot, like, trying to get something going, and That's the first time I've seen that Sage wall peak. So, like, obviously, he's changing up strats here, and Ghost is gonna get one. He's gonna get traded out. His Dinosaur has to, dinosaur. The cuter version of saying dinosaur. I like it a lot. I like the name a lot. I can't pronounce it, but I like it a lot. Dinosaur. Yeah, it's just a very cute way to say dinosaur. It's been very strong for them so far, but man, has it been a rough time for them to really pressure this mid too much.
And they're using more depth of strategy, you know, with Marquette definitely being a stronger team and being able to challenge them in a kind of a more cohesive way. We're seeing the type of DePaul that we might be seeing more likely as they go up against the likes of Florida State, you know, the likes of Butler Club, those very, very powerful teams around this circuit once we get to that final tournament. So that's what DePaul are showing and kind of drilling here. They are using this. They're not, you know, they're not playing around anymore. They're not running, you know, neon anymore and, you know, killing each other, killing themselves with shock darts. They are doing their strategies and doing their defensive setups the way they are going to be doing them. I like the respect that they're giving to Marquette. And, you know, it's too bad for Marquette because if they were just playing for fun, that could give Marquette some sort of chance here. But DePaul, having secured their position, they are disciplined and continuing to play really well. In this case, though, it's Steve-O to get the opening pick. We're going to get right into B, and they've actually got the site completely locked up here, Marquette. They're going to be able to get the plant down. And it's a 4v5 retake situation.
Spike planted.
3-5. Not in their favor. 3-5 now. Blades finds one. Spray from Ghosty is good, but 30 HP is all they have remaining. Flashes out. Steve-O hits the peak. A little bit of a Ferrari peak right there to shut them down. And now Patron gonna try and shut this down as well.
Side. Yeah, Patron's trying to get in, and Dog gets him through the wall. So Marquette with an excellent hit. Just as I'm talking about how DePaul are doing their really disciplined defensive setups, it gets totally broken by just kind of a contact play in for Marquette. Great work there. And yeah, like you say, Steve-O, the pop flash out one side and the Ferrari peek out the other. That is some hyphy play right there.
Yep, definitely going to be... it's really cool to see that from Steve-O. They were massive in their last series that we saw them play as well. So it's cool to see them back again doing some more amazing stuff. And
yes,
I now want to see how do they adjust around this mid setup. We're seeing it constantly. Start of round, Sage, Raze, Invents. Gonna throw the utility out. Try to get maybe a pick or two if it's contested. But they're just giving it now. They're just not even trying to commit too much to it. Sage wall is out. They have to worry again. It's not every round that the Sage is going on top of the wall, but it is some of them. So they have to be very cautious around it. And now, there's potentially a double up here. Brimstone and the Breach are both doubled up here on A main. Potentially could push this Viper, and that could be very dangerous.
Could be dangerous indeed. So the mid push does come in again, a little bit slower this time, but still Marquette are prioritizing this position, and they're going to walk forward. Here's Dog with the showstopper. What can he find? They all back off. Dog can clear out so much space just with the threat of this ability. Just fires it back into the middle of sight and looks for the kill, but Dinosaur is way more ready here. It's 27 HP left on the Sage. And with that damage, they might choose to push towards that B site. Kills are going back and forth, but it's DePaul way in favor now with these trades happening over in A. Marquette kind of split their forces, and it did not work out for them. But from the shadows comes through. Nisei is easily able to find that kill. Patron against 4 players. The flash looking for one. Patron's fully blind twice in a row. Man, that's the most frustrating thing to play against. And, you know, that's in that case, Breach's flashes are the ones you want for sure.
Yeah, and 7-2, really good, strong defensive half. Again, defense sided, so it's not it's not over by any means. This is kind of not expected, but is a definitely thing that can happen. But you have to kind of worry if this gets too out of control, right? Because then pistol becomes even more important for the second round. And when second round becomes like, oh, if we win pistol, we have a chance, and if we lose pistol, it's like over. That's never a good feeling. That's never a good feeling in the slightest. So I want to be very, very cautious here in terms of Marquette's ability to come back in the series. Even if it's defensive sided, their composition's not suited for it. And DePaul is such a good team that even on attack side, they should be well suited for taking this.
Absolutely true. Marquette, even though we do see some good stuff from them, DePaul, you know, just kind of the things we expected. They are so dominant in this group. I like what I'm seeing from Marquette. I liked that default adjustment before to kind of a little bit more of a question in mid, you know, using that conditioning to make DePaul use quite a few resources over there.
Yep.
This time, it's the presence in mid once again. In fact, Dog goes forward, smacks the forehead on the top of the vent, but still gets through. He sacrificed Stevo in that respect. And actually, that's a great flick there from Patron. Not distracted by the boombot. Does go down to it in the end, though. Dog tries to go around the corner, and Blades has to trade in the end. 2 versus 3.
30 seconds
Favor of
left.
DePaul.
And it's looking bad here. Looks like 8-2 is on the horizon.
Where do you even go?
Look at the crossfire set up in here in A-Heaven,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
You can't even get past this crossfire. Omen, I don't know if they have TP here for
Molly's
DePaul.
perfect.
This is just so
10
so
seconds
difficult to
left.
get through. And you're going to see the rotate back off to
Save the
B.
guns.
You're seeing the rotate back off to B. And you're trying to see if it's going to be Jelly to shut this one down. Paranoia is good, but doesn't find the pick off of it. Gonna have to go around here with the Vandal. And now can't die.
remaining.
Now you just can't die. But now you're in a position where you're taking fights. You're dead now. You just timed out and you still die. That's the worst case scenario.
And the fault line came in from heaven as well. Man, that is good. DePaul is really good. I don't know if you're just joining us. That's what you should take away from today. DePaul University is a very good Valorant team. Man, I love seeing that fault line come through just to support. The timing of the Molly was perfect. The timing of the fault line, the timing of the paranoia, it was all for the purposes of delaying. And that's what I'm talking about with DePaul, you know, getting their fundamentals really, really solid, getting their setups drilled in matches like this, where they know that it's a pretty easy win.
Other on here. Into B. Flash comes through, but Jelly's not taking out. Jelly finding 2, almost looking for 3, but shut down by Blades. That's a nice orbital strike, but that finds 3! And that's the round. That's the round.
Again, it was utility combination. That was a fault line combined with the orbital strike, and Sago gets the instant 3K. That's the second time that we've been casting and seen gigantic orbital strikes on Split.
Yep. Now, 10-2 is looking to be on the horizon. Obviously, the buy is here, but look at the ultimates, right? 3 ults here available now for DePaul. You have just 1 for Marquette, and you're actually 2 away from just a 4th ult coming up. And Sago finding first picker on the sky. That's your information gathering tool. That's your flash tool. That's a lot of your ability to play this round now gone. And then, man, it's not much better for you. As Dinosaur and Ghosty once again shutting this down. just 10-2 in a flawless fashion. DePaul is looking unstoppable.
Marquette was really holding their nerve, and you could see the things they were trying to do for a lot of those rounds. And then in this last one, it feels like they just kind of punted it, you know, just threw a Hail Mary into that one because, man, it was, just Marquette running multiple angles, just getting taken down by the members of DePaul. 10-2 on the half. We've seen a number of these, and none of them have gone any other way except the expected result here, worst. Paul looking to go 6-0 for the day.
Yep, Paul is looking to go absolutely flawless here, with the last of their matches having all been basically shutouts. Not a single time have they been under pressure to lose these matches, and that has continued here today. And I am very impressed with DePaul. I'm looking forward to seeing them in bracket against the other teams that are this level. And I am just super excited to see them get tested and put to their limits, because it is always an absolute treat to watch that. We saw Nisei on Jet, seeing them on Bridge. They play so many different agents, and now it's going to be a quick Eastside exec. Where's Marquette? Modcheck, where are they? Where are they? Where are we? They're just gone.
Okay, so yeah, DePaul goes into a free site here. It's going to be a 5 versus 5 retake on the pistol round. Marquette stacking the wrong spot. Here's the flash coming through. Patron coming in to grab one. It's Dog as well, so retake is going swimmingly so far, and that's a great paranoia to push Brimstone off the angle, but Jelly's still there. The double controller situation still working out strong, but Sago comes back with a vengeance. Nisei as well to find more, and maybe this retake isn't as promising as we initially thought. A perfect fault line that's not even needed. Sago through the smoke, 11-2 for DePaul, and Marquette's last vestiges of hope are slipping away.
Yep, and 11-2 here, the attack. They won the pistol as well. They are looking to be absolutely looking to end this one out. in a clean fashion. It looks like B is also again going to be the target, and I think that makes sense. They haven't faced much resistance, but it's going to be Marquette swapping over here. But now with a gun differential, can they still win it out? I don't know. It's not looking promising for them in terms of winning this next round, and then they're going to be on match point. And once that happens,
Smoke.
is there really a chance? 12-2 down. Can you come back? Right? Is that the question? For most teams, I would say no. Even for Marquette, they're a great team. It's just against DePaul, I don't see it happening. And Stevo, already going down. That's not a good omen.
Again, we're on to B with only one defender. Here's Gratify needing the right click. Ghosty's so ready for that position. Here's Dog dropping down, but gets taken out by Sago. Dinosaur goes for Blades, and it's only going to be Patron left. Here's one. There we go. Ghosty goes down. Just for another one. There we go. Patron with a couple of headshots, but the flash comes out. Here's Omen getting into the fray right now, and it was just a bait for Sago. Patron goes down 12-2. 10 rounds in a row required for Marquette. You know, they did better than Quinnipiac, but really not much better.
Yeah, this is a sad ending here for this match, for this map. I mean,
So Marquette are looking like they will get through. We got 3 teams going through in this group. DePaul have already secured it. Marquette are 3-1. They will go to 3-2 if they lose here. Still definitely looking strong to continue on. They're going to have to face DePaul again at some point and need to figure out how to use this. If you're going to go with this aggressive composition, you need to figure out how to use it more effectively or maybe switch things up. See what they can do on defense here. Potentially a match point on rifles. Here comes the full hit. A perfect fault line. Blades is... well, no chance on that one. Patron gets one. 4 versus 4 retake situation coming in here with Karatify coming towards screens. And you can see that the Sage is still trying to approach. Here's Dinosaur, and Dog is going to get caught out so much by this. Completely caught. Here's the orbital strike. Karatify cannot get out of the way. Sago's got so many kills with that ability. Sago still in backside. Patron on 2 HP. It's all down to Stevo. He's had some good aim. Can he do it? Going for a little bit of fun before the teleport comes up. And here it is, the right click to finish it for Jelly. DePaul are monsters of this group. 13-2 against Marquette, their greatest challenge yet. That's not saying much in the end. DePaul are 6-0 on the day.
Yep, and they are looking unstoppable, at least in this group. I will be interested again, like I said, see them in brackets and see if they can go farther than they did last time. Butler was the last wall for them to get through, and they did not manage it then. But can they do it in the future? I definitely think so. This team is only getting started. And a quick one again. It's been a lot of quick matches here for tonight, as opposed to yesterday. I mean, remember that group stage from yesterday? It was absolutely gigabanger after gigabanger.
So competitive, exactly.
Big difference, big difference.
So we are going to have 2 new teams when we come back from the break. It's going to be Siena versus Marist, which honestly, speaking of close games, this could be the closest one we see all day because these 2 teams look like they might be potentially a little more evenly matched. You know, if Siena can come back from a really tough loss up against DePaul earlier on, if they've been able to reset in that time, we will find out as Siena versus Marist will be our last match of the day. See you in a few minutes.